Hello there, only One Kenobi here, only one, on a bright new Saturday, love the weekend, and I've got something to open, which I did get in the midweek, but I thought, well, open it in natural light. Yes, so I've got these three creatures from Attack of the Clones. Before I, show you them in more detail and open them, welcome if you are new to this channel, and I'll give you a quick mini tour of stuff that is related to these guys. So going over here, these are the main creatures that I own on the top of this shelf, which is a Tatooine section, I'd say, over on this wall. But I never thought I'd get into buying beasts and things. I thought I was, a figure guy. But you will find, if you are starting out in collecting, once you've done one thing, you kind of want to move on to something else. And that as well, that's an underrated beast. I never thought I'd want a Ronto, but the Ronto is great. It's really good for its time, anyway, for the time it's made. And I can't compare it to anything from Jurassic Park because I never bought any of that stuff. But these are great creatures. That's brilliant. That's the best they made of him. Oh, the Bantha's just timeless. I've got other creatures as well elsewhere. Elusive. Where are they? Oh yeah, Tauntauns. Your Tauntaun will freeze before it reaches the third marker, and I've got him as well. So I just, I've always contemplated getting the Nexu, the Reek, and the Acklay, and here they are. One thing I don't think I'll get is the arena. I mean, I say that, but if I ever get it, I'd need a bigger place for that, because that's a big piece. But this came up in conversation, or at least it came up on my radar because of the fact that I recently bought this. Bear with me. That, which I've opened. This is another one I've got actually subsequently for a less price, which is quite funny. But this Anakin figure here is not so good. It's not a very good figure, that. But I thought to myself when I had it loose, if I can find... Oh, here he is here, sorry. This guy here, I thought would look quite good riding the Reek. Because, I mean, it's a wild ride getting on that beast. And he looks a bit crazy, you know what I mean? Either that, or I thought about putting him on Zam Wessel's speeder. Because, we've had better figures of Anakin than that. And there it is right there, look at that. That's how the figure should be. It's very good, that. And they're bringing him out again in the vintage collection, but make sure, Hasbro, you make him look like that one. Alright, so here they are. There's three beasts here, and I'm going to give you a look at them all. So, this is the Reek. When we first saw the Mudhorn, the first thing I thought about was this guy. I'm a bit worried that he's electronic. I don't know what the status of that is. I don't know if they are included batteries or not. But it says try me. Pull horn for raw. Well, I don't know if this is still going to work after 20 years. No. We are in 2022 now. This is 2002 this was made. You do get a close-up of the eyes of the creature in the movie, don't you? When he sort of goes... shakes his head when Anakin is, putting him under the spell. Which is good. We saw that again in Oh, I keep wanting to call it Mando. No, Book of Boba Fett, Season 1, the last episode. Now, yeah, this one's another one. Try me, press that button. I bet this won't work. I'm trying to push it. Hang on, I have to have it like this, going downwards. Hang on. No. What I'd be interested in doing, though, is getting the batteries out of there, because if you saw my review of this, you'll know the state of the batteries in that. They were terrible. And finally, this here, which is the Acklay. And, apparently this is the most expensive of the three of them. I got all these on a job lot, on a deal. I just saw it sat there, and I got it. I just have to act on these things sometimes. But I'm really pleased to have them all, because you gotta, really. And I will find a way of not maybe putting them here, but I'll put them somewhere. I've got all these other areas to display. These glass shelves, I've got, some other glass shelves here, underneath this section there. I don't know. If you want to see a full tour, if you are new around here, please do check my playlists for something called Shelf Indulgence, where there is a full kind of tour, movie by movie. But anyway, check that out in your own time. Great, so I think I'm going to mount the camera and then open these guys one by one for you. Bear with me. Let's do it. Alright, I've got to start with the Reek because he's the first one you see when he does that roar as well. It's like, oh, like that. Brilliant. Brilliant. The prequels, the only issue I had was maybe the acting. maybe too much of what looked like CGI, but if you look at... One or two people have made the observation, however, that there is probably more CGI in The Force Awakens than there was in these, and they made more models for this film. It's interesting, isn't it? But at the time, it was a big step, the Attack of the Clones. It was a really big step, because that one, I remember distinctly watching it in the cinema thinking, oh my God, they have gone all out with these computer graphics. And they were all right, and it was innovative for the time, but you could still see it. You know what I mean? It looked not fake, but it probably looked fake now or whatever, or it's been, surpassed. But I just remember thinking, God, I can tell what is real and not real, and a lot of this is looking like the computer world. So there you go. That's just some waffle of my thoughts on that. Now, I have got him out, and there is that as well. I just want to very quickly, I hope I have shown you all the packaging sides of it. So you've got that side there, because I know people like this kind of thing. So there's that side, and then if you flip it around, oh wow, you can interact it with that figure of Mace Windu, which I do have on the shelf actually. There it is. It's not the best figure of Mace Windu, but I found a place for him. I like to keep all my figures as best as possible, find a place for them. And this one works quite well back to back with that Obi-Wan, which is also not the best figure, only because of the limited articulation, set poses, but they do that. They stand back to back. In fact, there's a funny deleted scene where they're joking with each other. It's fun here, isn't it, sir? Something, says Ewan McGregor to Samuel L. Jackson. Right, back on with this. So if you want to freeze frame that or whatever you may, just do it. And if we flip it around again, you've got that side, which is, I think, the same. I think we've been all the way around now, and then you've got that side of the packaging like that. I think I've done it. I apologise if I haven't. Now then, let's get this beast out. Ooh, he's mounted with these things there, which is these are quite good if you want to use them for freezer bags, baggies, twisties, whatever. But anyway, bear with me. Oh, there you go. I ended up cutting those twisty things. Usually I unravel them, which takes ages, but I just couldn't be bothered. I've got so many of them that I can stand to cut a few of them. There he is. Or she. Never assume the gender. Anyway, what do you think about this? I think it's alright. It looks kind of animated, but then again, so did the one in the film, you know what I mean? You could tell it was the texture of it was good for the age. And it was, they had that leathery look. They were just mastering that in CGI. They had the watery look, didn't they? That's why they made the T-1000 and, the graphics in the Abyss. But I think that looks pretty decent, that. Especially with the light coming off that side, it gives it that wet, leathery look. A bit like what you saw with the dewback before. So that's quite good from that angle. Like that, when it's kind of a matte look, not so good because he's quite a bright red colour there. If they made that darker, I'd be more of a fan. But no, overall, that's brilliant. It's just awesome. How about you? What do you think about creatures? And do you collect them? Do you like them? I thought these creatures were awesome. In fact, when I was opening this post, because I do videos on Patreon, it was about 20 minutes, the video. And I was opening this and other things I got in the post that day. I had 4 items, and I was just talking to the camera. And one of the things I said then was how I remember being in the cinema, seeing this creature and all these other two, and just thinking, oh my God, they were insane. I'd never seen anything like it. Certainly not in Star Wars, but they still had that vibe, because I think we'd seen the Rancor, so and we've seen other beasts in Star Wars, but these were just so original. I thought, oh my God, all 3 so different and freakish. And the sound was great and scary, especially that Acklay. Right, let's get the others open. The next one I think you see is, I think he comes out next, doesn't he, in the film? That's quite good if you're doing an One Kenobi shelf, because, him and Obi-Wan are the ones who are just fighting it out for the whole thing. I can't do the noise he makes. That screeching noise is horrendous. And there's a bit when he puts his, whatever you want to call it, a crab leg inside the body of one of those drones, and then he just sort of like looks up and like, you're next kind of thing, you know what I mean? Freaky. Right. I think I'm going to get this guy out next. Should we just let it rip? Should we just rip him out? Firstly, before I do that, let's just drink in this packaging. And so you've got the Acklay, the Nexu. And let's have a look in the back. Look at that. freeze frame that if you wish. After the fight to save Naboo from Invasion of the Galaxy. Yeah, just a bit of a blurb on Attack of the Clones there. Just back it up a little bit so you can see that. The Nexu. Fierce beasts track their prey with silence and cunning. My God, just imagine a herd of them. God, they look dangerous, don't they? Right, there you go. Let's get a close up in the packaging there. Great, so screen accurate. I remember it goes down the pillar and just looks up and goes. And then, of course, I have on the shelf just next to me here that. God, that was pretty bad wound. That she just goes. God Almighty, should be bleeding profusely after that rip. That would have really hurt. Anyway, it's just a movie, but still, right. Let's get it open. Oh yeah, straight off, man. And then here we go. Just in the sheen there. Free of the carbonite. Wow. What a beast. I love these three. Love them. I think they're going to look just fine on the shelves like this. Look at that with the vehicles in the background maybe. I don't know, man. I could fit these two potentially onto these shelves. But I know that the Acklay might, in height, be too tall. I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. Right. God, they feel so new. The feel of that plastic there, you can feel that kind of coating you get. Oh, God. God, you know something? I swear to God, that's got the smell of an 80s figure. Wow, it's got that oily smell. Which I don't know if they were using that plastic anymore by then. I always remember that smell always being very... Look at that creature, man. Look at him. Or her. Look at it. That is mean. That you wouldn't want that. I mean, it was scary enough in the film. That's the one that scared me the most, actually. That cat. Just because it could climb and at least he could run away or run around these bigger ones maybe. I don't know. I think it'd just pounce on you, man. Anyway, go back to the smell. What does this Reek smell of? No, it's a completely different type of plastic. I just don't remember the ones in 2002 when I opened them. Say, I opened a couple back then. When I opened them, I never remember them smelling like an 80s one would. That was a very distinct smell in the 80s. A kind of a petrol-y, sweet petrol smell. But anyway, that is awesome. Look at it. Would you look at it? Just look at it. Now he's got... See, I'm going to get that battery out. Not now. I don't want to bore you with all that, but I will... If there's anything interesting to show you there, I will tell you. But I will unscrew that and get the new battery in. But what a creature that is. Look at that. That is incredible. And now that brings us to the Acklay. Obi-Wan's favourite creature in the world. Brilliant. Not a very nice end for it either, but I suppose it was trying to kill him. Using the force for defense, I guess, there, never for attack. And I'm assured by the person who sold me these that they are all mint, except, oh, that looks to me like it's been opened. It has been opened, that probably. Let's have a look and see. Maybe it's just been open to look at it. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. He had that on his head as well, but that's now off. Wow. Look at that. Now, the first comment I'd like to make is that I would have said he should have had darker face. On the camera, when I look at it through the screen, it looks about right, but when I look at it with my own eyes, it looks like his face is quite pasty. But anyway, let's give him a chance. Let's get this out first. Look at these limbs, man. What a creature this is. Jurassic Park, eat your heart out. So nice to open these figures, but the value of them is nowhere near, say, an 80s one. Isn't that funny? The first gen of Star Wars is just balloons in value, but these hold. Except for this guy is apparently more expensive. Oh, what have we got here? Aha, look at this. This is interesting. There's a little booklet here. Little pamphlet. There you go. I can't remember, did this come out of the Acklay or someone else? Probably the Acklay, since it's just sat there and I've literally just opened that one. That's a good vehicle, that one. Wow, what scale is that? 12 inch, bloody hell. Great. All right, thank you. Let's move this on. How the hell do you do this, guy? Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I show you all the packaging? Bear with me. So there's the front there, or whatever. There could be the side. I don't know. There's the one side. And then there you go again. Real feel, battle damage. Right. Does he have battery compartments as well? Snapping jaw. Snapping claw and jaw. And then here we go. Is that figure of Obi-Wan I had on the shelf before? It looks like he's got a very straight arm. Maybe it is. Not the best figure of Obi-Wan, that. God, what a crazy creature. Some more information on the Acklay there. Freeze frame if you wish. Look for these other two. Well, I already got them. Yeah, man. Got the whole ball of wax. There's the other side there. Same as the other one, is it? Yeah. Both the same. Right. And then there's that thing of the head there. Wow. I wonder if this is a male or female. That sounds nothing like an Acklay, but you know what I mean? It's got a rasping thing going on. Right, I don't want him standing on his belly, so I'm going to have to articulate him and get him ready. Well, here's the first observation, right? And I'll have to keep playing around with this. The joints, you'd think that would be top side, right? But look at this. The hinge is going... Oh, I see. I can do it that way. Right. Maybe it is both ways. But that doesn't... See, that bends that way. White side up. The hinge is like that. I don't get it. I really don't get this. I mean, he's like that there. Maybe he is supposed to be stretched like that. I don't know. I just figured that. But anyway, I'm going to heat him up with the hairdryer now. That one bends okay. So that's like that. Aha, now maybe. Now that front one, I don't get that. It looks to me like he should be flexing along that runner there. Yeah, got it. The heat helped. It's very loose, that limb there. And I don't want that breaking. Got it now, I've crabbed him. Look at that, that's really loose. Maybe this one, if this one is loose like that as well, then... Unless this is something that's been repackaged, I don't know. I don't think it has. That might just be a fault, that. It seems very loose, that one, unreliable, but looked pretty mint to me anyway. I had to undo it all. Still looks quite menacing. I don't get how these joints work. There are ball joints. That's a ball joint there, but then that's just a hinge. And is that supposed to be a ball joint? What the F? What the France? It kind of works as a ball joint like that. But that goes up like that. Oh, here's another one that looks dodgy. That needs heat. Yeah, okay, it's loose now. Maybe it stands on the two back ones, right? And then these are supposed to be like high in the air. I don't know. Haven't quite figured that out yet. Still, it looks pretty cool. They're standing now, kind of thing. Except that leg there is dragging a bit. I mean, look at that. That's pretty intimidating. Maybe one there to give it some scale, except he isn't wearing a cloak. He's got that off by then. Give you some scale there. Wow. Potentially the creature is bigger in the film. I'm going to cut there. I'm going to watch someone else's review. Alright, I've just been watching Bantha Soup's video on him, and I didn't know this, but inside there's some guts you can take out. But I'm not going to take them out of the bag, no way. I'm going to keep that mint. Look at that, they're in there. I didn't even want to take them out fully in case I can't get them back in. But that's like the death strike, which you don't see. I thought he hit him in the face, to be honest. He chopped his legs off and then hit him in the face. Like, you saw it from behind, but still, that's there in that bag. Wow. I'm going to stuff that back in. That's cool. If you want to see what they're like, check out Bantha Soup's video on it. Just type in Acklay review and you'll find him, I'm sure. Anyway, alright, man. Look at that mean. Look at that snap noise as well. Look at the tongue there. Great. Apparently there's also an action claw as well. There you go. Bit of action there. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to stand them up. And for my liking, that does not do what it should do. That doesn't make sense for it to be like that. Unless you get it, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. That should be able to come around so it's facing forward, but I wouldn't want to pivot that. It already looks weak as it is. You see, it looks very weak. And you see, that's the board. I think that's painted the wrong way. Is that a mistake? That's what it should do, really. I don't know. The ball joint should come so you can get the limb going around to the front like that. But green side down, you can't really do that. Yeah, I think I've got it. And you know what? In this last bit now, I apologise if I repeat myself. I may say a few things I've already said when I was opening it. At this point, I haven't edited the video, so I don't know what I've said and what I've kept in from previous parts. But still, I'm happy just to keep him like that. He's standing. It's just that when I first opened it and what I expected his front limbs to do and the orientation of the ball joints and stuff was not as I expected. But still, in terms of him looking badass, I'm happy. I think he might even be able to fit on my shelf. I don't know. It would be pushing it though. I think he should just be out in the open maybe. And then of course we have the Nexu and the Reek. They're just great. I'm really happy with these. They look fantastic. This guy I don't think has power, which is interesting because these two do. And I think that's right. But there you are. I'm gonna push him back. Let's get them in for you. Awesome beasts. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any thoughts whatsoever about this and how it should be and what it can do, let me know. If I've missed them, this is pretty much just an open-in first reaction type video, but you can't fault how good they look. That feels good as well. Awesome, I've really enjoyed opening them, and I hope you have enjoyed seeing them open. And let me know your thoughts as ever below. I have been Only One Kenobi, only one. Do subscribe if you are new around here. It is free to subscribe to the channel. And of course, check out the playlists for other videos along the same lines as this one. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.